Alright, so we are back, and today we have two Ultimate Editions to unbox. We have the sort of greatest hits Ultimate Edition, which is a re-release of the NWO Hogan, and then we have this Ultimate Edition here. I have no idea what series it is. I might find out for the title, but it's like the sort of classic 80s Hogan, late 80s, very early 90s maybe. I think late 80s. Maybe when he fought Andre, actually. You have the classic WWF title here. So moving on to how the boxes look. You do have the, in this one, we do have the NWO spray painted world title here. We have two interchangeable hands, or, one pair of interchangeable hands, I guess. You do have the, what do you even call that? I'm actually not sure what you call that. The thing that goes over his neck. I'm not too sure. Off the top of my head, I actually can't remember what that's called. We do have two extra interchangeable heads with the nice looking skullet there, which is the best haircut in the world. Maybe one day I'll have a haircut like that. We do have the NWO, shirt that's Velcro on the front, so it does like rip open. We do have the shades as well, and of course the figure himself. There's the side of the box. There's the back of the box. Once again, I always say this, but I absolutely love the promo shots they do. They look amazing. They really, really do look great. And then it does say Hollywood Hulk Hogan on the side as well. So taking a look at the other Hulk Hogan figure. If it'll focus, there we go, it is focused. So once again, you do get the figure himself. Does have the necklace, the headband at the top as well. The WWF title, like I said, two interchangeable heads. With still a skullet, but a little bit less of a skullet. A little tiny bit more hair on top there. We do have another... Once again, Hulk Hogan, this one's a red Hulkamania shirt, says it in yellow writing. Does have the Velcro on the front to rip open once again. Does have three pairs of interchangeable hands this time, so definitely a lot more than the other one, although the other one does come with an additional accessory. We do have the shots on the back once again. Love the promo shot. As I always say, you do have some little bio there. Just say Hulk Hogan on the side. But yeah, we will get these figures out of the packaging, and then, as always, we will do some comparisons with other Hulk Hogan figures as well, and I will be right back when they're unboxed. Alright, so here they are out of their packaging. We will take a look at the NWO one first, because I am really curious to see how the comparison is going to be between this one and the older one. Yeah, as always, with these Ultimate Editions, you do have the nice butterfly joints there. It's a little bit stiff just coming out of the packaging, as you'd expect. But yeah, you do have the butterfly joints, the NWO weight belt there. He definitely, I can tell straight away, he definitely has a much skinnier torso, as well as the different skin tone as well. He doesn't have the... Oh, he doesn't have as much of a tan on this one. Or on the older one, sorry. Let's take that bandana off. Let's see that lovely looking skullet haircut there. There it is. Now let's put the bandana back on. It does look way better with the bandana. Like, one thing about Hulk Hogan with his hair... Like, when he's got the bandana on like that, it just looks like he's just got long hair. But then when you take it off, it's like the grand reveal. Like the shiny bald head on top and the long hair on the sides. But yeah, really good figure. Really, really good. I'm not sure if I do prefer it over the other one, though. But before we get into the comparison, let's go over the accessories. You do have the NWO shirt, which does have Velcro on the front there. A little bit of fabric just fell off, but that's fine. So, you can kind of do the pose where he's ripping the shirt. It does come with this, which I still can't remember what these are called. If any of you guys know, let me know in the comments down below. Off the top of my head, I'm not sure what they're called, but yeah, it does come with that. It does come with the two interchangeable heads there. I do love the Screaming head scan. It does look really, really good. So yeah, the Screaming head scan. They all really look like Hogan as well. Like, they really do look just like him. But yeah, there's the interchangeable heads. You do have the lovely looking NWO spray painted belt, which is a really nice title. You do have the fisted hands with the gloves on. These are really unique gloves as well. This is like a unique mold, I think. I don't think this is used for anyone else. Pretty sure it's just Hogan. And then you do have the glasses as well, the iconic Hollywood Hogan glasses. Let's put all of his accessories off to the side though, and let's bring in the older Ultimate Edition, which is the original. Yeah, so straight away you can tell the skin tone is completely different. This one's the newer one, this one's the older one, for those that can't tell. But yeah, the torso is different as well. If we just bring the weight belt down, I think I do like this torso more. It is a little. Is it actually? Is it different? No, it's definitely different. It's definitely different. And look at the back as well. Yeah, that is definitely. I way prefer this one. This one will have more articulation. Obviously, with the butterfly joints, his arm can not go anywhere near. On this one, it can't go anywhere near as far back as the newer one. So that's one good thing. But I don't know. One thing about the butterfly joints, I don't know. The back just it doesn't look great, does it? It doesn't look aesthetically pleasing. Compare it to this one. This one looks a lot better. I know the articulation isn't as good. Also, another thing, another difference I'm noticing is the weight belts. The NWO. Is that just me, or does this one look different? Like the text looks, yeah, the text is definitely a little bit bigger on this one. Let's look at the, okay, another difference I'm noticing. Yeah, you can see that on camera as well. The boots are way more vibrant on the newer one, which is better. I definitely prefer the vibrant look over these. Let's lift up the arms. So on the pants, it seems like there's more electricity there on this than on this one. So I definitely think the older one has, like, I'm not sure which is more accurate to how the attire is meant to look, but I do think this one looks better in terms of how the pants look, or the, although is this one the same? Yeah, the electricity looks a bit thicker on this. Yeah, definitely, it definitely looks a lot thicker. This one looks a lot thinner. As I said, I'm not sure which is more accurate, but I do prefer the look of, I like the look of this one on the pants, but I like the look of this one more on the boots. I like the look of this one more on the torso itself. But I do like how this one has pinless arms. The newer one does have pinless arms, as you can see here. I do like the skin tone more on the newer one as well. The newer one is more accurate to the skin tone, I think. Although I don't think this one's terrible by any means. This one does look really good in its own right. I do love the torso, though. Like I said, I do prefer the sort of the electricity on the pants on this one. And I do prefer the torso on this one. The head scans are pretty much the same. The only difference is the skin tone. The skin tone is obviously a little bit different. The headband, or the bandana, I guess. Is it just me, or does this one seem a little bit darker? No, I think they're the same, actually. I think they're pretty much the same. Maybe slight difference, but I think they're identical, to be honest. So yeah, let me know, which one do you guys prefer? But that is the comparison. Also, I'm going to bring in another figure in a minute. I definitely do prefer the pinless arms as well. The pinless arms is a huge improvement. But look at this one, guys. This is a sort of custom fix-up that I made. Skullet reveal. But let's make a little bit of room for him at the side here. This one is sort of a custom fix-up I made of the 2002/2003, I think 2002 look. When he returned to the WWE, when it just switched over to WWE, you do have the, hold on, let's move these back a little bit so we've got a little bit more space to work with. Do have the knee brace as well, which he wore. I think I did a really good job on this. The torso cracks, they're not easy to do. There is a little bit of a gap there, but there is always going to be a little bit of a gap here. But overall, I'd say I did a really good job on this. I think this is the only Ultimate Edition that I've ever sort of customed or fixed up. And I'm really happy with it. It does look really good. Although we are getting an official release of this one with the updated skin tone, the updated torso as well, I believe. So it's essentially going to be like, this one is the equivalent to this, and then, you know, the newer one will be the equivalent to this one. Also, pinless arms I did include. So yeah, I'm really happy with this custom fix-up. The other thing is the head is a little bit loose, but, you know, other than that, really happy with it. But there's a comparison with two other Hogan figures from a similar sort of time period. This one's a lot later, actually. But yeah, there is the Hollywood Hulk Hogan Best of Ultimate Edition, whatever series that was. I'm not entirely sure. We'll put all those Hogans off to the side there. This one's just kind of being buried by the other two. It doesn't really matter, though. We're going to move on to the next Hogan figure now, and this is a really, really nice looking figure. Really does look like just like Hogan. Like I said, I think it's the late 80s, maybe even mid 80s, actually. Either way, it's an 80s Hogan, definitely not 90s, definitely 80s, or is it very, very early 90s? No, I don't think it is early 90s, and you guys will see why soon with the comparison, because I do have a figure to compare that is early 90s. So yeah, this is definitely 80s Hogan. You can tell as well, sort of the same look as when he went against Andre the Giant. That might have been what it is, what the Ultimate Edition is from as well. I'm not entirely sure. Does have sort of the crazy looking head scan there with the eyes looking like they're popping out of the head, and then does have the wait, where's the headband? The headband must have fell off in the box. Hold on 1 minute, guys. Let me go see if I can find the headband. Yeah, there we go. I did find the headband. It did come off in the box. So it's a good job I noticed that. Do you remember the RVD one a few videos ago? For those that haven't seen that, I did also lose the ponytail in that. I did end up finding that. It was just in the box, but I didn't show it on video. But yeah, there's the headband that just goes on there. I do like how they've not left much of a gap. They've left like a little bit of a gap, so the headband can fit on. But yeah, there's the headband. We're going to leave that off for now, though. There's the two head scans as I went over. There's the WWF title. Mine is a little bit... Where was it? Was it this side? I had to push this in. This popped out a little bit. It does look like it's held up pretty well, though. It's not as glossy as the other titles, like, for example, this one. Oh, no, I probably shouldn't have done that. Everything's gonna... It's gonna be the domino effect. Okay. Oh, you know what? I'm just gonna lie these guys down in the background. Get out of here. Create some space for this Hogan. You guys have had your moment. Skullet reveal. But yeah, as you can see, it's not really as glossy as this one, which, depending on who you ask, could be a good thing or a bad thing. But it definitely does look like a classic title. I'm not entirely sure what this looks like in real life, but it definitely has that classic look to it, if that makes sense. And then you do have the, similar to the other one, it's sort of opened at the front, the Hulkamania part there, which, you know, so he can do the ripping pose. It does have the open hands there, as well as the closed fisted hands and the pointing hands, which is definitely iconic for Hulk Hogan, so you definitely need them. So let's move all of his accessories off to the side and bring in a couple of other Hulk Hogan figures. So this is another Hulk Hogan Ultimate from, like I said, I think this one's early 90s. I think this one's early 90s. This one's 80s. Yeah, because this is before he wore the proper bandana, wasn't it? This is where he was just wearing the other headband. And as you can see here, this one also must be an 80s Hogan. I definitely prefer the head scans on this one much more. This head scan does look a little bit goofy. I do have the other one pre-ordered. They're actually re-releasing this one, so when I do get that in, I will do a comparison for you guys with the older one and the newer one. The newer one is going to have a much better head scan, and yeah, maybe even I don't know if the torso or arms will be any different, but we'll do a comparison when I do get that one, as I've said, when it releases. But there's a comparison with two other Hulk Hogan figures from a similar time period. This one a little bit later on, but yeah, overall pretty similar, I would say. Same attire as well, or very similar attire anyway. But yeah, guys, hope you guys have enjoyed this one. Thank you all for watching. Appreciate you all being here, and as always, I will see you all in the next one.